All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back again with another great episode of. Wait, Rob, something's missing. Something's missing. Something is not right. Rob, what am I missing?
Kathy might
Wait.
not be here, right? You missing Kathy?
Oh, right. Yeah, yeah, but no, there's something else. Something else that's
Oh,
missing. Let's see. Computer check, Wi-Fi check. Uh,
got the green.
oh, our intro.
Ooh. Oh,
Do
I thought
not
you were
get
talking
those.
about the
Right?
green.
Not fun. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I forgot. I forgot. Yeah, I'm not wearing green today. My bad. Okay, Rob, should I hit him with the intro? Should I hit him with it?
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right,
Let's do
give
it.
me 1 second. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Ringside Society presents another exciting episode. In one corner, we have the greatest thing on God's green earth. No, we're not talking Mary Jane or money. He is the Trapwidart of Ringside Society and Delaware's greatest American hero. It takes two to make a thing go right. He is Rob Bass, and you are not. And in the second quarter, we have that ocean crossing, straight up bossing, flight catching, shot glass snatching, always on the go. Catch him if you can. Said his name in Guyana, and now they love him in Japan. The worldwide star boy, Remy Blue. And we have a very special guest tonight. That's right, a guest I've been very excited for. A guest who is making her name in all elite wrestling. She is a Dogg Pound Dojo graduate hailing from the city beautiful Orlando, Florida, a state that I love to visit every chance I get. Jazmin Allure, how you doing tonight, young lady?
Hi, thank you for having me. I'm doing really well. How are y'all?
And we're
Pretty
pretty good. We're just here right now. Well, you're talking to two people in two different places.
good.
I'm actually in North Carolina. Rob is over in Delaware, so here the weather is pretty nice. It's a bit chilly, but we're managing.
It's nice, nice.
I just got to
Awesome.
say, thank you for once again, agreeing to do this interview with us. We had a couple of technical difficulties, but we actually fixed it. Live TV, folks, it happens. WWE, but yeah. Um, so once again, thank you for being on our show. You've been making the waves recently, man. I mean, you've been you wrestling in Mission Pro for Mission Pro, SWE down in Dallas, and now you're in AEW making the rounds. Man, it's only a matter of time until and I'm gonna call it right now until I see Jasmine Allure is elite.
Oh,
I'm
hopefully,
I'm, I'm looking forward to
hopefully.
seeing that. Yeah. So are you in Texas or are you in Florida right now?
Right now I'm in Texas.
Or you're in Texas? Okay, awesome, awesome.
Mhm.
Yeah, I've been in Texas like but I was stationed in Texas um like for almost like pretty much half a year. It's a really nice state to check out. I was in San Antonio to be exact,
Oh, okay,
and I
that's where I
also
was
spent like
from.
one night in Houston. Yeah, yeah. So I gotta ask, what was the event or match that made you become a fan of professional wrestling?
So I kind of grew up watching it because of my brother. So we would watch WWE a lot ever since I was younger. My mom took me to a couple shows when I was like 3 or 4, when I could barely like remember. So I got into at a really young age. I would say WWE was that promotion that got me to be a fan at a young age. But the one that decided like made me decide to be a wrestler was CMLL in Mexico, because I was going through a lot of stuff, and then I was going back to Mexico to visit my family, and I was just like in a bad place mentally. So my uncle took me to that show, and then I was like, okay. this is what I can do as a career. And I was 19 at the time. So I came back to Austin, and the first school I found was AAPW. And that's where I started training. And I'm actually a graduate from AAPW, not the Dogg Pound.
Ooh.
I just started training at the Dogg Pound, I say, this past year in September.
Okay, awesome. And Dog Pound, the Dog Pound Dojo, they've been around for, I think they've been around for like a couple of years. Am I correct, or
I
am I
think they
mistaken?
had their school somewhere in like Louisiana, and then, but I think in Texas, it's only been around for a couple months. So yeah, they've only been
Okay,
around. Yeah.
okay, awesome. So how was the training there and everything? I mean, I know that you got Rodney Mack, aka Red Dog. You got
Hmm.
Jazz, and you got Rosa. Of course, she's one of the trainers there too. What was the training like over there?
It's amazing. It's a great environment to be in. It's such a positive environment to be in. And it's crazy because you have like all these, you have the past, present training you and giving you all this knowledge. So it's really, I feel like it's one of the best schools in Texas.
Awesome, awesome. Yeah, Texas, man. Yeah, real talk. I gotta go down to Texas and catch a
Mm.
show. Y'all are doing it like nobody's business. You got SWE. You got React. You know what I'm hoping, and I'm not trying to be a troublemaker. I'm hoping that at one point there is a reality of wrestling. I don't know if the two sides would be cool with it, but I'm hoping at one point that there'd be a reality of wrestling SWE joint show. That would be like, I would definitely pay good money to see that.
That'd be pretty awesome. Yeah.
Because there's like so many like talented men and women in like from like both promotions. It's unbelievable. And we've had a few people from reality of wrestling on our show too. You probably know two of them. We had a AQA,
Yeah.
and we had who else? Oh, Rachel Rose, and who you wrestled before, and of course Roxy. We've had her on here as well, and Mysterious Q and a couple of other people. And it's just mind blowing how like the amount of talent there. It's crazy. Like I'm actually jealous. I'm not in Texas right
Yeah,
now.
that's a really talented group you just mentioned there. So it'd be nice to see them kind of get in the mix with SWE.
Yeah. So you actually wrestled. So you've had a lot of I guess you could, well, pretty much high profile matches. You've wrestled Rachel Rose. You've wrestled Maddie Rankowski. That was for Mission Pro. I enjoyed that match. That was like a hotly contested match. You've also wrestled against Thunder Rosa most recently on AEW. What was your mindset when you had that match? Were you nervous, or were you like, something? I've had enough training. I got this. Because I mean, Thunder Rosa, if I'm correct, she's like the it was pretty much teacher versus student. So what was going through your mind at the time?
That was a match that I've been like waiting for a while. I didn't expect it to happen there. So I was already really nervous because it was at AEW, and then two, it was my trainer. So it was nerve-wracking, but I just had this mentality that I was like, okay, I've been dreaming of this since I was a little girl. I can do this, this is what I've wanted. So I kind of kept like more relaxed because of that. But honestly, that was probably like the most nervous I've ever been ever. Like I remember thinking to myself, like, is it even possible to be this nervous? And it was.
Yeah. Well, that was a pretty great match. You both came through, and I actually enjoyed it. So in terms of several years ago, let me back it a little bit. So in terms of you wrestled in Texas, you've wrestled in obviously Florida, which is your home state. Where else are you actually hoping to wrestle eventually? I mean, yeah, right now, we're going through a pandemic. A lot of places are closed down and so on. Unfortunately, everywhere is taking a big hit. Once things clear up, where are you hoping to wrestle at next?
So I have a couple bookings coming up that are out of state, which is really exciting. I don't think I can announce it yet, but definitely one of the places I want to wrestle is Las Vegas, and then Mexico, of course, because that's where like my love for wrestling kind of came back. So definitely Las Vegas and Mexico. I was gonna go to Mexico before whole COVID shut down, and train there for a couple months, but because of COVID, I'm here. But it's cool. Like I still have that goal in the back of my head. So hopefully, once this whole thing ends, I'll be able to go down there.
Man, Mexican wrestling. I mean, let me be politically correct. Um, the luchador wrestling over in Mexico, it is crazy, and I mean crazy good. I remember there was a guy named, I don't know if you're familiar with this guy, Murder Clown, that I saw. And this guy is hella good. And I remember Poly Pro Wrestling, they announced for their second show, they were having Sam Adonis, who was their champion, versus Murder Clown. I was like, oh geez, this Sam does not know what he is for. And Sam was like, I'm not scared. I mean, Sam eventually won the match, but he left like he was bloodied. I'm like, I saw that coming. I saw that coming. Murder Clown
That's
ain't no
right.
joke.
That's right.
Yeah, no, lucha down there is crazy in a good way. So I'm like excited and nervous at the same time to do that, but I feel like I'm pretty ready.
Yeah, I hope I get the chance to go to Mexico City one day. First thing I'm gonna do is first thing I'm gonna do. I'm a foodie, so first thing I'm gonna do is get me some food, like get me some
Some
tacos
tacos.
and some not nectar de maracuya, not Jamaica. I mean, I don't like Jamaica. What was it?
Or
Oh,
chata.
horchata. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I'm a sucker for some of that. Like I could drink that all day. Like that's my drink right there.
Me too.
And
That's
when I was
so
in
me.
California, when I was in California, my food was. I know burritos aren't a Mexican thing. I suppose it was American made, but I would have a California burrito, and I'd be like, "Let me get the biggest cup of horchata you have." Thing. Yeah, but yeah. Hopefully, I get to go to Mexico one day and just enjoy the culture and whatnot. Pick up a luchador mask and enjoy a show and whatnot.
Yeah,
I
the
just love
shows are
traveling.
amazing there. The environment is like just as crazy as the lucha. Like it's crazy. I love it down there.
Yeah. So not only are you a wrestler, but your boyfriend Antonio San Francisco, is it Antonio San Francisco?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. He's also a wrestler too. So how is it like having not only for you to be a wrestler, but you're also for your boyfriend to be a wrestler as well?
It's nice. I think I wouldn't have it any other way. Because they're just so understanding with like schedule wise and like why you're always so busy, like why you can't like, be home for the weekend and stuff like that. So he gets it. And I feel like if I were to be in a relationship with someone who wasn't in the industry, it'd be so hard. We wouldn't get to see each other. He wouldn't get it, and then I don't know. It's just so much more easier having a boyfriend that is like a wrestler, and he also gives the best critiques. Like people are gonna lie and be like, "Oh yeah, that was a good match," just because you're a girl, they'll just like say whatever. But he will be like, "That was bad, but you should do this, you should have done this," just honest critiques, and it comes from like the best person. So I think that's really awesome, and he's really supportive, so that's the best part.
Awesome. Hey, shout out to Antonio San Francisco. If you're watching this, don't go too far because we want to hear from you next, buddy.
That's right.
We ain't You ain't gonna be silent. We want to hear your story too. As a matter of fact, I'm hoping that he actually gets that call up from Tony Khan again. Like, hey, we want to see what you got on AEW Dark. I'll be cheering for him too, man. I'm like, yes, he's fighting with his
Yeah,
girlfriend. Yes, made it.
he deserves it, so hopefully,
Yeah,
hopefully.
yeah. Just it's all about perseverance, man. I mean, if you got the fire and if you keep persevering, eventually you'll get it. You know.
Yeah, for sure.
I always tell people that if you really want it, yeah, there's gonna be some setbacks, but what makes you stronger, is how you overcome those setbacks to get to your goal. And it's happened to a lot. The best of us have actually had to go through a lot of like setbacks in order to, and we've had people even tell us like, that's not my league, um I'm good. I wouldn't try that, but that's them. Their luck is not your luck. Their luck is not my luck either. So you just got to keep on like pushing, towards your goal. Um,
Yeah, that's totally, and that's my thing too. That's one thing I've learned. Everyone's journey is different. And my biggest setback was COVID because, I debuted it in January 2020 and then COVID hit. And then it was like, well, there's no more shows for me. But I kept training and I kept like working out. And while people took that break, took COVID as a break, I just kept going at it. And then I got an opportunity for AEW in December that, you know, I truly deserve because I've been working so hard for this.
yeah, you definitely do. I like to see people succeed. I like to see people like after the hard work get success and do great things and so on. That's what I really like to see. I'm hoping that happens for you as well too. By the way, if you ever get a chance to wrestle in New York, I don't know if you've been there before, but check out the pizza. You'll definitely like it. It's I don't know if you're a pizza person, but
I am. So I
some
definitely
real
will
good
check that
stuff.
out.
Yeah. So Cody Rhodes a long time ago. Speaking of AEW, Cody Rhodes, he actually when he left WWE, he had a list of wrestlers that he wanted to wrestle in the very near future, and he posted this list on social media.
Mhm.
And of course, afterwards, several wrestlers started doing the same. So my next question is, who are your top 5 wrestlers that you'd want to wrestle in?
That's a great question. I haven't made a list for some reason. But I do have like a couple of people, but even along the way, like my list, if I had one, it would change a lot because I meet new people or I look up new people online. So it would change a lot. Definitely the top of my list would be Sasha and
Ooh.
like, Becky. I definitely want to wrestle Serena Deeb one day. She's amazing. Um, you know, there's a couple. It's so hard to choose top 5 because there's like so many girls I want to wrestle.
Yeah.
Diana Perazzo. Uh,
Okay.
yeah, it's a lot. It's a from different companies, so it's definitely hard, and it's probably gonna change like tomorrow. It's just so. But those are like probably my top girls that I want to wrestle. I hopefully one day I get to wrestle Serena Deeb. She's amazing. Every single time I've witnessed her wrestle at AEW, she's just like amazing. Like she's amazing. She's mind blowing. She could wrestle anyone. You can put her in the ring with anyone, and she'll bring out a good match. So I definitely want to wrestle her one day.
Okay. Have you wrestled? And it's funny because we actually had you when it was looking like day. And please don't kick our asses. We actually had there was looking like day, and we we had a picture of you and Hyan.
I
Have y'all
remember
wrestled yet?
that. No, we have not, and I'm kind of disappointed because she's definitely on that list too. I definitely want to wrestle her. She's amazing. She's like the queen of Texas. But when I came into the business, she was like going to Chicago, so I was like, okay. But no, she's killing it out there. So hopefully one day, hopefully we'll see.
Yeah, she's definitely a great wrestler. I was very surprised when I saw her on WWE. I was very surprised. I was very happy because she had a match on WWE Raw against Nia Jax, and of course, obviously Nia won because she's signed and Hyan is not. But she actually, I was very happy for her when she got on there, and it's crazy because I remember when I first saw Hyan, I saw her as a valet for this other guy, Faraba, and I actually thought she was Japanese the way she came out,
Yeah, yeah, the
and
gimmick
come to
she
find out
had.
she's not. And I was like, Yeah, come to find out she's not. So I was like, wow, okay, that's she played it off pretty well. Yeah, but
Yeah,
I'm very happy for her as well.
yeah, no, she's definitely
Yeah.
one of
Oh,
those
by the
people.
way,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I forgot. Happy you recently celebrated your birthday. Happy birthday. Rob is probably going to ask you a couple questions about how you spent it. So yeah, just a spoiler alert. But yeah, but my next question. I just got two more questions before I turn it over to Rob. Women's tag team wrestling is experiencing a boom now.
I didn't hear what
Uh
you
oh.
said.
He cut off. But yeah, I do want to say, while he's off, I do want to say happy birthday and stuff. Happy belated birthday. So, what
Thank
did you
you.
do? Anything fun for your birthday? Did you? I know it's like pandemic time or whatever, but
After
did you, get to have anything fun?
the
And what was your
activated.
first legal drink? My bad, Remy. You were cut
Um,
off, man.
I'll answer that birthday question first. So I had a show in Houston. I
Oh,
wrestled Lilith Grimm. She'd be my ass,
okay.
but anyways, it was fun. It was a really fun day. I spent it mostly with my boyfriend, and then I came back home and I spent it with like my family. But yeah, that day of my birthday, I did spend it wrestling and with my boyfriend, so it was good. I did not. I have yet to buy a drink because
Oh
I
man.
I know it's fine. I have dual citizenship, so I go back to Mexico a lot. So when I turned 18, I turned up for that birthday.
Oh,
So right now,
okay.
21, it's like I already did that. I definitely want to go to
Yeah.
Vegas and gamble and like, because I've been to Vegas, but I was
hmm
19, so I couldn't really do much. So I definitely want to go to Vegas and see what that's all about now that I'm 21 and can go to like bars and stuff.
hmm
But yeah, so that whole like drinking thing that happened when I was 18, so I'm kind of like,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. I know when I turned 21, I went to Atlantic City and I lost all my money gambling at Trump Plaza. And then we went to this like nasty, I guess you say gentleman's club or whatever. We walked in there, smelled like a wet mop. It was just like, oh. But other than that, it was fine. It was cool. It was a cool birthday though. Yeah, I'll just remember if you ever see what's her name? What's Trump's wife's name? Melania. One of those rings on
Melania.
there was probably from me. Were probably from me. As much money as I lost that night. Oh.
Oh my
He
goodness.
should thank me for that.
That's crazy.
But yeah, what were you saying, Remy?
So I I got a question. So Jasmine, in terms of women's tag team wrestling, it's been experiencing a boom, and it's been in WWE actually reintroduced the women's tag team titles, and they've actually introduced them on NXT as well. Impact brought back the women's tag team titles, the knockouts tag team titles, and of course there's AEW had their own version of tag team. I guess you can call them medals that are currently held by Diamante and Ibelis.
Yeah.
So
hmm
if you were to go after any of those tag team titles, who would be your ride or die tag team partner?
I honestly haven't really thought much of it because I'm more of a singles competitor, but I have tagged with Vert Vixen. I tagged with her in AEW and on SWE. So I guess her. We've been like training. We've been training together since like I started, like at APW, and then we went on to the Dogg Pound together. So we're pretty close. I
Okay.
would say her, even though our gimmicks are totally different. So whenever we come out, it's kind of like I'm like top tier and she's a gamer girl. But I mean, I feel like we work pretty well together. So I would say her. About to start tag teaming a lot with my boyfriend. So I haven't done a lot of tag teams. So I wouldn't be able to like give you like a for sure answer. I'd probably say if it was a girl, Vert, and guy, obviously my boyfriend. We're about to start doing a lot of stuff, so that's pretty exciting.
Yeah, Vert Vixen. That's a pretty good choice. We actually had her on here on our show as well too. Yeah, wow, I could imagine. I could see it now. Top tier gaming.
That's right.
That'd be.
That's fine.
There you go.
Hey, you might be onto something there. I could see it now. TTG in the house. Top tier gaming.
TTG.
Jazmin Allure. Bird
Really?
Vixen. Yeah,
I actually like that. I like that.
yeah. So my last question before I turn it over to Rob is, in regards to pro wrestling, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Hopefully signed to a big promotion and making a living out of this, so because this is what I wanted to do, I am going to school for business, but this is like my plan A. Like this is my dream is to like make money out of wrestling, something I love to do. And that's what I really want to do, hopefully I've been like probably go to Japan, Mexico, travel the world if COVID doesn't exist. So definitely like go around, learn from everywhere and be signed. That's really my goal.
Okay, awesome, awesome. I really truly hope that happens for you as well. Definitely do. You really deserve it. I could tell you're a very hardworking person, and hopefully you and even and even Antonio, y'all get signed to the same promotion, and then I'll get this money.
Thank
That
you.
that definitely relationship goals right there.
That's right.
Thank you.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Rob. 'Cause I know Rob has some questions for you. So
Mhm.
Rob, go ahead, man. The floor is open.
Sweet. So, what's going on, Jasmine? How's everything doing today? How's everything
Hi,
going your
I'm
way?
good.
Oh, that's
Good.
good.
I like
That's
your
cool.
energy. You're
Oh, well,
excited.
thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, I was excited. I had an excuse to binge watch your matches and stuff today. Our other co-host Kathy, she's seen you wrestle a few times and stuff, so she wanted to tell us to say hi and all. And yeah, it gave
Hi,
me a chance
Kathy.
to binge. Yeah, it gave me a chance to binge watch your matches, and I gotta say, you go out there and you tear it up. And does everybody like wrestling you? Because not only do you tear it up out there, but you make your opponents look great. They look like $1,000,000 when you're out there too, man. Does everybody come out there and like when they hear they're wrestling, you're like, ooh, yeah, that's right. Gonna be a good match.
I've gotten really good critiques, so I hope they like working with me. I like selling a lot, so
And now, we were talking before Remy was with Maddie Rinkowski. Now, do you have a blood feud with her or whatever? Because I was watching a match and I think Vert Vixen was the ref for that match too. Now, y'all were going at it before the bell rang. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
yeah, y'all were going at it, and y'all were on the outside. It was like, man, y'all were here, there, everywhere. Like, yeah, y'all have a blood feud going on or whatever, and something we don't know about.
There's something there. It all
Ooh.
started when COVID started, right? There was like a promo tournament going on Facebook, and she kind of got like butthurt because I beat her in that. It was like
Mm.
back and forth. We got like 500 likes on each one or something like that, and yeah, she got kind of butthurt after that. So she started talking, on the internet, and
Oh man.
I was just like ignoring her, whatever. And then on SWE, we had a match. I beat her. And so that just fired up even more. There was like a lot of interviews where she would like butt in and like comment online, like on
Mm.
podcasts and stuff. So, and then Mission Pro happened. Oh, actually, the show before that, before our match, I hit her with a belt and I cost her another championship opportunity. So she got mad because of that, whatever. And so then we had a one-on-one. She beat me, but only because Vert was in the way. If you see me, like I was trying to hit Maddie again because she deserved it. And Vert was just in the way. She was a ref, whatever. If Vert wasn't in that match, I probably would have been champion by now. But things
I,
happen. It is what
I
it is.
yeah, I agree with that because she got lucky with that. She caught you with a roll up. So, I mean, I was like, oh man.
It's
That's
okay,
right.
I'll get
Hopefully
my
you're gonna get that
rematch.
belt soon. Yeah, hopefully you're gonna get them belts soon. You're gonna be dripping in gold. Just gold everywhere. That's right. So I do gotta ask, you're wrestling on AEW Dark and stuff. What was it like? What were you doing that day? What was it like when you got that call? Like, hey, you want to come up here, wrestle for AEW? Da, 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 da. Like, was it exciting? Like, can you remember that day? Like, tell us about that.
It was nerve-wracking. I got it like a a couple days before, like, oh, you should be here. I forgot what the message said, but it was something like coming in like this date, and I was like, okay, that's like next week. I was like, what do you like? So I was definitely nerve-wracking. I probably didn't eat that well for a couple of days because I was just like so nervous, and I was like, I was not expecting it. So, but it was like such a great opportunity. I wasn't gonna be like, no, you know.
Oh yeah.
So it was pretty crazy. I don't remember much because it was like before that was such a blur. I was trying to get everything like together, you know. I was also with my boyfriend, and I had like 3 shows before that. So I had to fly out Monday night,
Ooh.
and I had a show Friday. I had a show Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
Mm.
So I didn't have much time to think about what was actually going on until like I was there because I just had so much going on, and I had to focus on those matches. Especially I actually had a lucha girl, and then I had Maddie, my match with Maddie, and then I
Okay.
had 2 matches at SWE. It was 2
Oh.
tapings. So it was just like back to back, back to back. So I didn't have much time to think about it, and it was just really nerve-wracking for me. And even then, like being there and coming back, I had to pinch myself and like, oh, this is actually real. Like I was there and I've met these incredible people.
Yeah.
So it was definitely like kind of a blur, but at the same time I remember a lot.
And your first match there was with Thunder Rosa, right?
Yes.
Oh yeah, Thunder Rosa, she is awesome. You know what I mean? So yeah, and like you were saying earlier, it was like student versus teacher and stuff. Oh yeah, because that match is pretty good. Yeah, we always love. Gotta shout out Thunder Rosa.
Yeah, she's amazing. My mom is like a big Thunder Rosa fan. So
Hmm.
she was always like, so when are you gonna wrestle her? When are you gonna wrestle her? And I was like, well, I'm wrestling her today on
That's
AEW. So
right.
she was pretty like happy about that.
That's awesome. That's awesome. She's a fan. What's her nickname? La Mera Mera.
La mera mera.
That's right. Sorry if I butchered the language or whatever. You know, I'm all
You're
country and stuff. I
good.
grew up around the Amish. I grew up around the Amish people, so you know.
You're good.
Uh yeah. So another match I wanted to ask you about was you got to wrestle Thick Mama Pump, Jordan Grace. You know what I mean? What was that like? You know, she like is she that intimidating like in person? You know, because when I see her, you know, I watch her on like Impact or you know any videos or whatever. She is yeah, she looked like she's gonna tear something up. But yeah, well, is she like you know like that in person?
She's intimidating. But she's also really, really good and super
Hmm.
strong. But I was like so nervous for that too, because I was really green. Like I said, I debuted in January 2020, and I had that match probably like in August, and because COVID happened, I didn't have
Hmm.
any matches going on. So that was probably like my fifth or
Oh,
sixth. So
ooh.
I was like, yeah, it was really nerve-wracking, but it was good being in the ring with her. She knows what she's doing. She's amazing. She's super
Hmm.
talented. So I learned a lot from that day. So that was thank you to SWE who gave me the opportunity. That promotion is amazing just because I mean the stuff they're doing is amazing, but they give a lot of people opportunities, such like me when I
Hmm.
really needed it. They really put me on the map there, and they prepared me for TV basically. So
Okay.
I'm really like blessed to have that.
Oh yeah, that's cool. Yeah, because her husband's a real good wrestler too, John Gresham. Yeah, so I guess
Hmm.
training with him too. You know, he's all technical. He reminds me of like a Dean Malenko, Eddie Guerrero type. You know, like they can get technical if they want. You know what I mean? Like yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So you're talking about you know COVID hitting and stuff, and you've been training and stuff. You know during the pandemic. So have you been like doing anything else? Have you been catching up on any movies, any new TV shows or anything? I'm always on the lookout for new stuff because I'll get caught in that you know rut where I just watch the same thing over and over again. You know what I mean?
I was watching this show. It's called The Rain. It's on Netflix, and it's about a
The Rain.
pandemic. Yeah,
Oh,
it's
okay.
about a pandemic, and it's like the virus is in the rain and stuff. It's super amazing. Like I finished it in like a couple days. It's 3 seasons, so I watched that, and then sometimes I'll rewatch it again. But I've been watching a lot of old stuff, like what I watched
Yeah.
growing up, like Zach and Cody and
Oh,
Hannah
okay.
Montana. So I've been watching a lot of that. So yeah, pretty much that.
Now I did watch the Sonic movie. Have you seen that one? The new Sonic movie that came out.
No, I haven't.
Oh, it's got like Jim Carrey in it or whatever. Yeah, it's a
Oh
pretty
no.
good movie. I watched that with my little cousin the other day or whatever. Yeah, she was. Yeah, we were enjoying it. She was
Oh,
like
it just
Sonic a
came out.
Hedgehog. I don't know how long it came out. I know it's on
Oh, okay,
Hulu.
okay,
It's on
okay.
Hulu.
I remember watching because my cousin, he was watching it, and I like walked by the living room and I saw him, and I was like, okay, this looks pretty good, but I had to do homework, so I'm like, okay, you
Mm.
gotta walk back to your room. I gotta walk. Like, I had to discipline myself. I was like
Oh,
about to sit down and watch it, and then I was like, nope, I got homework.
I know how that is. Yeah, sometimes they'll do it. Yeah, I like. Yeah, I'll have to do research for the show, and it's like, oh, I gotta turn the TV off. Something. Oh, I gotta concentrate.
Yeah.
Satan, you're not gonna get me today. You're not gonna get me today, Satan. You're good. Now they also have a. I've seen on there. I want to check it out. It's Daphne and Velma. Now I don't know if they spun off or you got away from Scooby and Shaggy or whatever, and they're off solving the mystery themselves. But I seen it on there. It was like, if you like this movie, so I was like, I might check that out because I like Scooby Doo. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, I might check that
Daphne and
out
Velma.
too.
Yeah, Daphne and Velma are cool. I like them. So hey, plus I like when they were on Supernatural. If you ever seen that show, their
I haven't.
Scooby Doo was on Supernatural. Oh, it's a great show. Oh, great.
Mhm.
It's awesome.
I've heard, but I also seen they have like so many seasons, and after like so many
Ooh.
seasons, I'm like, I can't. Like, it's gonna take me like years to watch them.
Yeah, yeah. Especially with those, yeah, because they do like 20, 25 episodes a year. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah, no, it's too much.
now, like see, I like the show. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and they'll do like 10, 11, 12 episodes a year. So it doesn't take forever to catch up. If you need
Yeah,
to.
yeah.
It's like. So you said you have dual citizenship, Mexico and the U.S. You know what I mean? How'd that come about? You know what I mean? That's pretty awesome. You know what I mean? I just have one citizenship. I'll just live here in Delaware. That's it. I'm boring.
Yeah, so I was born and raised in Orlando, Florida. And so
Excuse
at the
me.
age of like so at the age of 12, I moved to Mexico. So I was in Mexico for 5 years. And then it's really hard to be down there, not a lot of opportunities, a lot of violence. So it got to the point like senior year of high school, I was like thinking, I was like, okay, well, I gotta go to college, but it's not an opportunity. It's like a privilege down there. Unless you're like really, really, really smart or really rich, it's so hard. And I was neither of those. So I was like, okay, I gotta figure something out. And just talking to like my brother who was studying college here in Austin, Texas, it really like hit me, and I was like, okay, well, I have to move away from my parents to like actually have a better future. And so I did. At 17, I moved out, and I finished my senior year here in Austin, Texas, and then
Oh,
I got involved with like, I had my job here, so I was doing both of those, and then wrestling came in like the picture. So it's a pretty busy life here, and I really love it. I'm able to do three things at once, which in Mexico, it's impossible to do all those things because work, they just either want you full time or they like half time. It's not like, my job right now, they're like, okay, well, you can have this week off because you have AW going on, you
mhm.
can have these days off because of wrestling. So I'm pretty grateful that I've had that. And then, school is online right now. So that's amazing. So I really like my decision to come here, back to the US, was because of the opportunities, and I never take it for granted because I went to school in Mexico where we were literally in a shed and we only had one light, no
Oh
water,
wow. Oh wow.
and no air conditioning, and like the floor
That's
was dirt.
crazy.
Yeah, so it was like I never take things for granted here, and it's awesome that I have the opportunity to be able to come back and forth and have dual citizenship. So I think it was awesome. It was great to go back over there and see how life is in a third world country, and then come back here and just, be so grateful for everything I have.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I can't imagine 17, coming over a whole different country and all doing. You are badass. Oh my lord, wow, you are awesome.
Yeah,
That is
for
too
real.
awesome. Yeah, that is too awesome. Yeah, you deserve all the credit in the world for that and stuff, man. I hope
Thank
all
you.
good things happen to you for doing that. Wow, that is awesome. Yeah,
Thank
and the
you.
one room thing because the Amish people around here they do, but yeah, I don't think that I think they actually have floors and stuff, and they might have a light, but wow, yeah, that's wild. Yeah, I'm glad you got to get up here. You're living your dream, all that good stuff, and hope school and all that good stuff. That's awesome.
Thank you.
I do want to try and visit Mexico sometime, what I mean, but I'm afraid, I'm gonna die. I'll be down there like, can I get a corn tortilla? And I don't know any of the language, I'm like, they be like, what's Blondie talking about over here? You know what I mean? Oh my
Yeah.
God, you know. So I'm like, ugh.
It's cool. I was like that first too because I didn't know much Spanish.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's how I was talking to. But I learned it eventually.
Yeah, so because if I did, I would try and drop bars. I'd be like, "Donde este la biblioteca? Mi
Just get
amo
one of those
base de random
travel shirts
discoteca."
that have like the logos and like food, tacos and stuff like that. You can just do that.
That's right. I can do that.
Yeah.
Uh, so when you got to AEW, did they pick your theme? Did you get to pick your theme music, or did they just give you one or whatever, or were you like, did you
They
get to sign off on it or?
no, I didn't get to. I'm sure if
Oh,
you're
okay.
signed, you do, but not me. They were just like, well, in three, two, one, you're out. And then I was
Oh,
like, I
okay.
was waiting for a beat drop, and I was like, if you notice my first entrance, it took me a while to get there because I was like waiting for a beat drop, and it just never came. And I was like, okay, well, this is TV time. I gotta go. So, but I actually really like it. Like I got used to it.
Yeah, it's pretty catchy. I mean, I like when it comes out. It's like, all right, yeah, we know we're gonna have a good match coming out, getting ready to come on the scene. We know that
Yeah.
when your music hits, that's right. So I do gotta ask, for your time, for in wrestling and all, do you have any, funny backstage or road stories you can share with us? I mean, you can change the name to protect the innocent if you need to.
Here we go. Here we
Funny
go.
stories.
Uh oh.
I mean, there's like a couple. I feel like most of them are like you have to be there to like understand it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them are like inside jokes. Let's see. I know there's this one, whatever. It's like so me and my friends we would sing the Chris Jericho song,
Mm-hmm.
It's really catchy. And so this one time I was singing it, right? I was like mumming it, but in my head I was singing it. And then like legit like a minute later Chris Jericho walks up to me and compliments me on my match. And then I was like, oh,
Nice.
I basically just summoned him. You know what I mean? So that's our thing because then we did it again. We started singing it again because it's like in our head and then we saw him. So
Oh.
that's so it's crazy. It's like it's really funny because like we'll start singing it, and then he's like right there. So it's like so if you ever want to see Chris Jericho, just keep singing his song, He'll
Yeah,
show up eventually.
get that ESPN going, like Professor X. You just yeah, here we go.
Yeah.
Judas in my mind. That's right. So I do want to say, before I pass it on back to Remy, I want to say, thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to come on and chat with us. It was awesome to, get to hear from you, talk about all things wrestling, Mexico, all that good stuff and all. And I hope, you get signed one day. You're fully full-time, all elite. I hope all the positive things happen to you and your family and all that good stuff.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
Jasmine, I really truly do appreciate you. I know you're a busy woman and you got a lot going on. You planning your next move in professional wrestling and getting ready for all those bookings you're gonna get in AEW and whatnot. But I really and truly do appreciate you actually taking time to be on our show. It really means a lot to us. Kathy said she wishes she could have been here, but unfortunately she can't be here. She's too busy on some crazy misadventure. Uh, Rob, don't get no ideas either. Don't go to Mexico and try to take any bumps either. He always does that.
That's right.
He always,
That's right.
and then I got to go and bail him out of things. But yeah, really and truly, thank you for actually, being our show. Hopefully, once we get Antonio on here, we can have y'all both back on down the road. You know, just to get two y'all on together. I hope we will get some cool travel stories about y'all traveling as a couple. I'm really hoping that works out for them too. But before I let you go, I just gotta ask, where can fans find you on social media if they want to purchase merchandise? I've seen your shirts. They look pretty fly. I might cop me one real soon once I'm done paying these bills. Very exciting and exactly cheap. But you know, where can fans find you on social media if they want to find out where your next appearances, if they want to purchase merch? Where can bookers and promoters find you if they would like to book you for their shows?
Yeah, so everywhere I'm at Jazmin Allure, like my name is written down here. Sorry, it's like mirrored. Anyways, so Jazmin Allure, and then on everywhere like Twitter and my Instagram, there's like a link, a very noticeable link, and it has like links to all my other places. So it has my big cartel, it has my t-shirts, it has a lot of different stuff. So yeah, so everywhere Jazmin Allure.
Awesome, awesome. Y'all heard the woman? Follow her on social media, pop her merchandise, support indie wrestling. They do it not just for clout, they do it for the love, and they do it to entertain y'all. So definitely go ahead and follow her as well. With that being said, it's about that time for us to bid you adieu. Kenny Omega's gonna kick my ass if I keep saying this. By the way, that's normally his thing, but hey. But yeah, it's about that time for us to bid you adieu. So, my belly's giving me that discerning rumble, so that means it's time for me to go get some food. Might get me some tacos. I don't know. You got Rob. Damn it, Rob. You got me feeling for some tacos right now, man.
That's right.
Gosh.
I actually had something the other day, man.
um, where can fellow wrestling fans find you on social media if they want to purchase merchandise, if they want to be on our show? Where can wrestlers and promoters find you as well too?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Rob_Base82, and I'm on Facebook, Rob Base.
If you want to find me on social media, not that I have anything interesting to say these days, but who knows? Maybe you'll get lucky. You can find me on Twitter at @TheRemyBlue. You can find our podcast on Twitter at Ringside Society. You can also find us on Instagram at Ringside Society. And you can also find us on Facebook. Yes, Facebook groups are cool again. Not that they never were, but hey, follow us on Facebook. This broadcast is actually going live on our Facebook group. So yeah, definitely check us out. And we're also on brain fart. Rob, what was our merch store again?
Isn't it Teespring?
Yes, we're also on Teespring. Yeah, we're also on Teespring. We also have a couple of cool shirts there. We have Ringside Society shirts. We have a Valentine's Day edition. We have a St. Patrick's Day edition. We got a lot more designs coming out. Our imaginations are running wild like Hulkamania in the 80s. So just be on the lookout. We got a lot of cool stuff coming out there as well. But with that being said, we just want to thank everybody that tuned in live today. We really appreciate it. Thank you very much. To those of you that are going to listen to this podcast later on, thank you in advance. And to those of you that actually hate us, can't stand us, really and truly wish we would go away. We can't stand you. Well, like a 90s Snickers commercial, we're not going anywhere for a while.
They hate us because they ain't us.
We ain't stopping like bad boy. But we just want to let all y'all know that we here at Ringside Society are very well aware that everybody and their grandparents and their parents have a podcast. But we're not your grandparents' podcast. We're not your parents' podcast. As a matter of fact, we're not just any podcast. Rob, one time for the mind, one time for the people, one time for the wrestling culture, and one time for our great guest, Jazmin Allure. What kind of podcast are we?
We're the Wrestling Fans Podcast.
That's right, we're the Wrestling Fans Podcast. And major key, special announcements. We will be back Sunday. And I know you guys have been wondering, who is this legendary women's wrestler that Ringside Society is talking about? Who is this legend that's going to be gracing Ringside Society on Sunday? Well, Rob Base, drum roll, please. This Sunday, we will be having former WWE Women's Tag Team Champion. That's right. The Tag Team Champions back in the 80s. This woman was one half of the first tag team to hold those titles. She was our alumni guest, and she will be back this Sunday. We're talking about Princess Victoria. That's right. So tune in next Sunday, right on this YouTube channel. She will be here with her author, shooting the breeze about what she's been up to recently, and also her new book that's coming out. So definitely check us out next Sunday at 3 o'clock p.m. It might be 3 o'clock, might be a bit earlier. We're still working out of time, but we will let you know. Keep your eyes peeled. It's gonna be big this Sunday. But until then, we're still in the pandemic. So with that being said, stay healthy, stay safe, be excellent to each other, and party on, dudes. We out. Peace.
See y'all. Good night.
Bye.
Stay classy, Delaware.